Hi, my name is Jan Benham, founder and CEO of the Institute of Aromatherapy and Aroma Shoppe. I have been a cosmetic formulator since the 1980s. Today, we're going to discuss the different colours pigments that we carry at the Aroma Shoppe. So basically, these pigments fall into two camps. One is Impact Coloured Pigments and the other is Mica Colour Pigments. Though they might seem the same, they are two different animals. So we're going to discuss each of them and also what you would use them for individually. So let's start with the micas that you will be most familiar with. So micas are mined, and the one that you would be most probably familiar with is Cerakote mica, which is just plain mica that's been mined and then sifted to make sure that there's no unwanted chemicals in, such as mercury or arsenic. And then it's basically sold like that. It's ground down to a particular particle size, and usually it's a fine particle size. So what they do, they have this mica that they ground down, and they will grind them into varying particle sizes according to what the end need is for. So if it's for a very soft, fine powder to use in makeup, they will grind down really fine, probably even to minus 15 particle size. So these are used often in foundations and in powders. And then you go to the other end of the spectrum, and you're looking at something like 500 and these are large particle sizes. These mica powders are then put into a big machine along with color pigments, such as, if you want natural, they put in oxides and titanium dioxide, and then basically it's swished around until all the particles are coated with the color that you need. For people buying with the FC&D, they do the same thing with that as well. So all the micas that we do sell at the Aroma Shoppe are basically, first of all, they're mined in the USA. We don't get them from India, where they use a lot of child labor. So there's more chance of problems as well with contamination. Now, the other thing with the micas to be aware of when you're buying a mica for makeup, if you're buying mica from a soap making supply store, they will usually be the larger particle sizes, so they'll be more sparkly. Now, the sparkle is fun, but it's not really suitable for a lot of eyeshadows, or if you of course want matte makeup or lipstick, because the particle size is just too large. It's great in soaps though. So we basically sell, most of our micas are usually about 60 for the colored micas. So they're fine enough that you can make eyeshadows with and use them in blushes, we can use them in lipsticks and so on. Now, the other thing to do the differences is mica alone, if you put, now let me show you, this mica is a peachy pink mica. Now, this peachy pink mica looks very pretty, but if you put it into a lipstick base and put it on your lips, you won't have a peachy pink lipstick on. It won't leave a lip stain. So that's the disadvantage with just using micas in your product. You do need something to be added to them, such as red oxide or zinc oxide, or mixed with something else such as carmine. So you will, so micas are very useful in eyeshadows, more shiny of course, and also in lipsticks as an extra color, and also in blushes and bronzers. And they're great in soap. Like this amethyst mica here, I've put in soap and it colors the soap beautifully. The peachy pink, the same thing. They really do keep their color in cold soap, processed soap. So now we're going to go to the Impact Coloured Pigments, and these are different. And so basically they're to provide intense and dramatic colors to many types of cosmetic or personal care products. So they, by themselves, they are a stand-alone color. Now, one thing with these impacts is most of the time they are matte unless they have had mica added to them. So they are more on the matte side, but there are some that I have added a little bit of mica to add a little bit of shine to them. So they're especially suitable in lipsticks as they have a superb color staying power. So just going into lipsticks, here is the nude pink impact color, and this is the peachy pink mica color. Now, if I put this into a lipstick, I will get the color very similar to what I have on my lips. I don't need to add anything else. I just put it into my lipstick oil wax base and I get a color that is ready to go. So that is the difference between these two. There's no real shine to it either. It's a matte. Now, the other thing that the impacts have that the micas don't have, that the micas have, is that micas also usually, if you buy a blue mica or you buy, for example, the amethyst, then to make that color purple, they will have added ultramarines to that color too. So the mica would have had ultramarine added to it. Now, ultramarine is perfectly safe, but in the USA, the FDA have basically banned it from its use in lip colors. So you cannot put this into a lip color and sell it in the USA. And ideally, you really shouldn't be putting it in for a lip color anyway, for daily use. What we have formulated at the Aroma Shoppe is similar colors. Okay, it's not as bright, but there's a purple here, and it's called Sorcerer. And this is formulated without the use of any ultramarines. So none of our impacts have any ultramarines in them. So they are safe to use, and not just safe, they are allowed to be used in lipsticks. So for example, I've done here 2 examples of, this is Tarragon Glory, which has got a greenish tinge. It's a green gold basically, which can be used on lips if you so choose to. They do come out darker when you're adding them to your lipstick. And this is Sorcerer. So these are impacts that you can use on your lips. So the difference here, this is a green color, here mica, and the Tarragon Glory, which once mixed with oil or wax will turn out darker. So you see the difference here. Now, they're totally free of FD&C dyes, DNC and lakes. So that is another advantage of the Impact Coloured Pigments. Now, the only thing is they are intense colors. So you're not going to just get your Tarragon Glory or your Sorcerer and mix it into a powder and make an eyeshadow with it. You have to use a very small amount. So you use a lot more mica than you would the impact. So you use a lot less impact than you do the mica. So I think that has explained a little bit of the difference between the two. So you've got your Impact Coloured Pigments that tend to be used more for lipsticks and for intense colors. So we also make our foundation base colors, which we now sell in the impact colors as well, like Desert and Canvas and Mustard. So they can be formulated with foundation powder in order to make a foundation. But just remember, they are intense, and if you make it too strong, you're going to look like a clown. But they are matte, so if you want to formulate a matte eyeshadow, this is where you would use the Impact Coloured Pigments. If you want to make more of a shiny colour or more of a highlighter, you would use more the micas. So I sometimes tend to use a combination of the both. So in my lipsticks, I might use the nude pink and then add in a little bit of pearl white mica to it for my formulation for my own lipstick. For my eyeshadows, I often mix the impacts with some micas too. Like I love the chocolate sparkle mica, and I often mix that in with one of the brown mica impacts to make a deep chocolatey shade that I usually wear on my eyes. So the combination is endless, and as I said, I don't carry as many micas as probably a lot of the soap shops, they will sell like hundreds of micas, because I'm deliberately keeping away from the FD&C dyes, and I'm keeping to a particular mica particle size in order that they're used more in makeup, although they can still be used in cold process soap, if so be it. And they are not bought from India. So I do hope you find this video useful, and if you have any questions, please feel free to call me or email me, and I hope you have a great day wherever you may be, and it's bye for now.